Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Fatih Alfarisa. Today, I am going to present my review of a journal article about smart farming technology. This journal talks about a smart farming system that uses IoT technology to measure soil condition like pH, moisture, temperature, and NPK levels, and sends the result directly to a mobile app called District. The goal is simple. Instead of waiting several days for a lab result, farmers can just check their phone and get the data right away. The system is built around an Arduino Mega as the main controller, connected to 4 sensors. The NPK and the pH sensor use RS communication, and Max module is used to connect to the Arduino. An ESP01 Wi-Fi module is used to send the data to the cloud. The system was tested on 10 soil samples from a rubber plantation in Kerala, India, and the average error compared to lab result was less than 2%, which is pretty good for components that are cheap and easy to find. There are few things that make this system stand out. First is measure for different soil parameters using just one device, which is a lot more practical than carrying spare tools. Second, the District app doesn't just show raw numbers. It gives farmer actual recommendation, like which crops are sustainable or how much fertilizer to use. And because it was tested in a real field, not just a lab, the result feel more believable. That said, there are some things that research didn't fully cover. The system was only tested in one place, so we don't really know how it performed in other regions with different soil types. The paper also doesn't talk about power consumption, which is important since the device needs to run outdoors for a long periods. And since the data is sent to cloud, it won't be good to know how it is stored and how can access it. But the paper doesn't mention the either. On top of that, the system needs a stable Wi-Fi connection, which isn't always available in rural areas. From my own experience, I've built something similar, an NPK sensor, using an ESP32 with a real-time data sent to website and a GPS module to record location of each soil test. Based on that, I think I use an ESP32 instead of the Arduino Mega, and ESP01 combo would be a better choice. It already has Wi-Fi built in and uses less power. Adding GPS will also be useful for farmers can track soil condition in different spots over time. Overall, this is good and practical piece of research, especially for countries like Indonesia, where not everyone has easily access to soil lab. With more testing in different areas and a few hardware changes, the kind of system could really make difference for a lot farmer. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Fatih Alfaresa. Today, I'm going to present my review of journal article about peer-to-peer technology in network management. This journal discusses how peer-to-peer technology can be applied to network and service management. The main idea is the network don't always need a central server to work well. In a peer-to-peer setup, every device can act as both a client and a server, spreading the load across many devices instead of depending on just one point. The authors review exciting peer-to-peer technology and compare them to traditional client-server approach. They also covered real use cases like file sharing and communication service. The core argument is that peer-to-peer has real potential for large-scale networks, but still comes with challenges like security risks and hard-to-manage data. The strongest part of this journal is the comparison between peer-to-peer and client-server models. It makes it easy to understand why peer-to-peer is worth considering. The explanations are also fairly accessible for a networking paper. That said, the main weakness is the age, published in 2007. So modern technology like blockchains and WebRTC aren't conferred. Some sections are also quite technical and hard to follow without a networking background. On a personal note, peer-to-peer wasn't new to me. I studied it back in vocational high school when I majored in computer networking. We used it to share files between two devices directly without need a flash drive or external storage. So reading this felt more like a review than more something completely new. Overall, this this is a solid introduction to peer-to-peer networking. The core argument the core argument that peer-to-peer is a viable alternative to centralized system for a certain use case still hold up today as seen in torrents, blockchains, and decentralized apps. That's all for me. Thank you.